Hello, Sirturmund again here. Today bringing you some Scargrounds. Yes, Braum, Vladimir, Scargrounds. Now this deck is actually interesting in the current meta because I think it does really well versus scouts, right? Especially if you're able to get your Scargrounds early. And I think it has a decent matchup versus Ahri Kennen. So I think it hits two of the powerful decks in the meta. Obviously, the problem with this deck is still the same as it's always been before. Scargrounds. Scarground is the most important card of the whole deck. To the point that every single time you just hard mulligan for it. Mulligan all four cards that you have and try to get the Scargrounds. Because without the Scargrounds, it's very likely that you're going to lose most of your matchups. With Scarground on the field, it becomes a lot easier to win your matchups. Now, the rest of the deck is going to be pretty straightforward. We are playing Braum and Vladimir, so we're kind of playing those conditions that way. And then we're kind of playing a lot of the Crimson cards, right? So Crimson Bloodletter, Crimson Disciple, and Crimson Curator are all cards that can give us values in different ways. There's been games where I've been able to win with the Disciple, burning people down. So, that is an important card. Obviously, the Curator is able to generate you new cards if you need to. I do run triple Three Sisters because Three Sisters allows you to either save your own unit or freeze that opponent unit or in-tune them, dealing with whatever scenario comes your way. It's really flexible card that I think should be running every single failure deck. Now, the spicy cards here are going to be Death Lotus, 2 off, and we are still running triple Ice Shards. So again, like I said, this deck is going to take a little bit to do better against Ahri Kennen. But we also take advantage of the fact that Death Lotus and Ice Shard are very good in our deck when we have Scarground on the field. I have won plenty of games with Death Lotus, just completely surprising the opponent, right? So yeah, just keep that in mind. Demolition is a way to damage your units while also, triggering the burn if you need to from Disciple. I do run Ember Maiden, and again, like I spoke about, this deck does really good well against Scouts, Ahri Kennen, and even into some Swarm decks that like to go wide with low cost units, and Ember Maiden lets me deal with that. So the Ember Maiden is able to deal 1 to everything, and it's so powerful when it can kill all of kind of like Ahri Kennen's units, right? So that's why this card's in the deck. Although you have to be careful that you don't do too much damage to yourself to the point that you're actually gonna die because of the Ember Maiden. You'll see in a couple of the games later that this, I got very close to that a couple of times, right? Vladimir being I just run 2 off, I think dealing 2 to our units is a little bit too much, so it tends to not be that useful. But it can be good if you're like really into a pinch and need a way to stall. And again, it's also a nice tool against Ahri Kennen. Now, I do run Vladimir, but I also run double Tarkas. And the reason for that is because when you don't have the Ember Maiden in the field, or you don't have your Death Lotus on Ice Shards, the only other ways to trigger those damage into your own units are going to be with Tarkas and Vladimir. And I feel like if I could play 5 Vladimirs, I would do that. But Tarkas also does the job pretty well, and it is an 8 health unit, right? While also dealing 1 to your opponent's units, which allows you to bypass like barriers and allows you to kind of do some sneaky damage that the opponent does not expect. And then lastly, we run 2 of Scarmother Brina as a big finisher that we can drop down in the field if we know our opponent has no way to deal with overwhelm units. But yeah, that's kind of how the deck goes. Again, the way that you want to play this deck is going to be all about the Scargrounds. You want to hard mulligan for that. If you have Scarground on the field, then your other cards make a lot more sense and you can start kind of using them that way. Obviously, we run triple Troshan to be able to allow our units to survive. It's really good with trades, especially when it comes to this deck. If you don't have Scargrounds in the deck, in your starting hand or in the next couple of draws, you can just surrender. No, I'm kidding. Although not really, right? That's the problem with this deck. You relies so much on Scargrounds that when you don't get it, it can be really tough. But you can still try to win by trying to burn them down or kind of stall long enough for you to actually draw it. Because even if you draw it late, it can still do a lot of value for you. But anyways, hope you enjoy the gameplay coming up. And if you like my content, remember to please subscribe because that's going to help me get to the 1,000 subscriber goal that we need to get to start getting revenue from YouTube. So thank you all, and I'll see you all in a little bit. So in this match, we're going to be going up against Zilean Xerath. So this is really difficult matchup because if we get the Scarground, they have the Desert Naturalist, right? So I'm not sure exactly how we're going to win this now. Just because of that carbine thing. And he get 2 cards. Possible that one of those is the Desert Naturalist. And we don't really have a great hand. I mean, if the Scarground can survive, then this is a great hand. But if the Scarground does not survive, then this is not really a great hand. So let's kind of see what happens here. I do not like how loud his board is. Okay. So this goes up to 2, so it can kill most things. I'm okay with that, right? I think I am. I think I'd rather save my mana to be able to save stuff like the Ember Maiden. Because now this is going to start doing a lot of damage. We play a second Ember Maiden. And now we're able to slowly clear his board. The only problem that we have is that we're actually going to be almost dying ourselves, right? So we need to start like leveling up Vladimir so that we can actually start healing, because every time this is going to be doing 2 damage to us. So we need Vladimir to be alive. Alright, we need Vladimir to level up for us to have a chance. Vladimir does let us, we can always block the Demolitionist. He does know that, right? He's in a tough position because his Xerath is gonna die, right? Any unit that we summon is just gonna make this a little bit stronger. I think we're free to summon the Vladimir. I guess the only problem with the Vladimir will be... Wow. If he has a Minimorph, right? I think a Minimorph is very scary here. And I like the Vladimir because, again, we can try to heal up a little bit here. And he ends up not even going for the Scargrounds. He just goes for... Yeah, so he's just going to try to go for the lethal here. Problem that he's going to have here... So he got the Zilean, not the Xerath. Is that we have blockers for everything. We have blockers for everything, right? I like the idea of healing 3. I think these guys really did their job. I guess our problem is gonna be we're still in danger. Oh, that's so annoying for us. Because we're about to die here. So we're gonna actually die to our own units killing us. So we're down to 4, so now if he has the arsenal, we just lose, right? He gets scouts, spell shield, lifesteal, quick attack. Impact. Impact 2 ends up being the thing that kills us. We can just freeze it if we need to. Although I think we just do the... we do the Entomb right here, right? I think it has to be in the Entomb. Guarantee that he cannot get anything out of this. And then next turn we open. And we should be able to win. Unless he has... He could have double Poke Stick, right? He could have double Poke Stick. And double Poke Stick kills it, and we didn't. We got through to it. Oh my goodness. That was actually scary. We were about to die from our own Ember Maiden. But yeah. So in this match, we're going to be going up against Deep. Oh wow. I think the buff to Maokai is really good. But I still don't think Deep is fast enough. But again, we always have mulligan for Scargrounds. I think Scargrounds just enable so much that you really want to be able to get that Scargrounds down in the field as soon as possible. I'm okay doing the Crimson Bloodletter right here in case that I get something worth dropping him on turn 2 for. We always have the Ice Shard if we need to stop the one. To stop the Dread Dredgers. Yeah, so we're gonna have to do the Asha next turn. Let's hope that he doesn't have his Sea Scarab, right? Perfect. I'm okay doing this. It saves 2 damage. I mean, I guess it saves only 3 damage. I think it's gonna have to be the Curator. I guess we can also just do the Braum, right? We can do the Braum and potentially try to see if we can level up the Braum somehow. We don't need to do it like this. We can just do it like this. Because if he's putting damage on his own Maokai, you know, lets us try to target Maokai later on. Braum, I don't think it's ever gonna level, by the way, but I think it's worth. It's still worth. It's worth hoping, right? So here we can just kill that Maokai, unless he has a second Maokai in his hand. I guess he can target this, yeah. Maybe it was actually better to save. Wait, I mean. But I think if we can kill the Maokai, it's better, because at least we kind of slow him down that way. I'm surprised he didn't just attack with everything. Vladimir is leveled up, which is pretty nice. I think we have to try to put some pressure with Brianna. Ah, so he just does the Bone Skewer. Interesting. Okay. I'm okay with that. I think I'll take that. Let's just do the Vladimir. I think Brianna doesn't do anything right now. Vladimir starts again, kind of progressing that level up on that Braum. Cool, you have the Horny Toad. Guess we grab this one, right? If he wants to take that damage like that, that's okay with us. That means he means that one dies quicker. Next turn, the play has to be Brianna, or we can also do the Demolitionist. The problem that we're gonna have is that he's about to go deep, right? So he has Maokai, and he's about to go deep. He only has 2 cards in his hand, though. And we just drew the second Braum. Yeah, he only has 2 cards in his hand. So it's not like we're completely in a really bad spot, right? I like the Crimson Curator because we can do the Demolitionist on it. Try to get some value that way. We have Trollshin. Or actually, we can do the Braum Staker as well. Although probably the Braum Staker is better. Or... yeah, he wants to be able to level up the Maokai. I think the Braum Staker is better for after he obviously, you know, does the thing. I mean, anything you do here and just doing this. And getting rid of your blockers. So he did that so that he could level up Maokai. The problem with the level up Maokai is that, again, we have a Braum. Which is very easy for us to trigger the Braum, right? Like, it's very, very easy for us to trigger the Braum. Because of the Braum Stake card. Really like the Bloodletter here. Again, we can summon Brianna this turn. Okay. That's not the one that he needs to worry about. I guess it's a little bit annoying for us because now we don't have a way to really trigger. We don't have a way to trigger a lot of our abilities here. I do need to be careful. Oh, so he gets the sea monster, and he gets to be a big one. Wonder if this is the right play. Thinking it is. We can threaten the Maokai if he blocks anything, any like weird way. We can threaten the Maokai. I think we threaten the Maokai because I think the sapling is a big threat, right? So I think we threaten the Maokai by doing Ice Shard plus Death Lotus. still levels this up. So... oh, it actually doesn't kill anymore. Doesn't kill it anymore, huh? Can do this. That's 10. Guess we can just do this now. If we play the Ice Shard, then we're in trouble. And this is fine, right? This is fine. I think he still has a lot of stuff that he needs to draw. And we should have probably done the take card. Actually, we should have done the take card on the War Mother to be able to kill the ship recorder and go from there. I like the idea of doing this now because we have the Crimson Awakener. Unfortunately, the Crimson Awakener is not amazing against most of the stuff that he has. So here we're kind of just hoping that he doesn't draw the Nautilus, and then we have a way now to deal with the sea monster. So if he gets the one that obliterates, he can get rid of the Brianna. He does know that that just gives me another unit, right? We need to just rely on the that's the only thing, that's the only way that we win, right? The overgrown from the Brianna is the only way that we win now. I think last time we misplayed pretty heavily based on the way that we play. I'm okay doing this. It buffs up the Brianna. One of our cards is Braum. So there's a 33% chance that we draw another Braum. Okay. Oh. Oh. So the problem with waiting is that he could have a lot of things, right? Problem with waiting is that he could have a lot of things that could kill us. So we need to unfortunately just attack and hope that he doesn't have an answer for this. If he has Vengeance or something, then that's a problem. Power Feast? That's not enough, is it? Actually, this is better. This denies the heal, by the way. I like the Death Lotus. It denies the heal. Because now he doesn't heal from here. And we do the Ice Shard now, and that's lethal. Okay, that was actually close. Alright, that was insane. We misplayed, but we still were able to win thanks to the overwhelm from Brain. And that's why I think this card is so important. We also got a little bit lucky that we had the Braum, right? A second Braum that we could play once this Maokai level up. We got through the Maokai level up, which is actually very rare when that happens. So in this match, we're going to be going up against... oh no, Ahri Kennen. Okay, so we have 3 Ice Shards, we have 2 Blade, we have obviously different beings. We should be able to be okay, right? Right? I think keeping 1-3 Sisters is not a bad idea because that's kind of the way that we stop the Ahri, but I think it's kind of baiting ourselves as we do that, right? I'm okay doing the Bloodletter and hoping that we get the Scargrounds. We didn't, but we did get double Ice Shard, which is going to be very strong versus this deck. I think we can wait to summon the Bloodletter until, you know, another time. Okay, Scarground is great. Scargrounds is a great draw. Scargrounds is a great draw. So he knows that we have Ice Shards, right? That's why he's not tapping out of 2 mana. The problem is that we have all 3 Ice Shards in our hand. So next turn we can actually do 2 Ice Shards and be able to still kill at least some of his stuff. What? think this is worth it. I mean, it's a homecoming. We kill the cannon. We kill the cannon. And we keep our Scarground on the field. If he does the Kinku next turn, we can just do the Bloodletter and do another Ice Shard. So what does he do here? We still have enough mana to do another Ice Shard. So I think that's what he's thinking right now. I think I'm okay taking this damage. And then next turn we can just play Braum. And just keep our Ice Shards, I guess, for the next time. Yep, perfect. Oh, but this is actually spicier. I like the Braum. I like the Braum, although the Ember Maiden is really tempting because the Ember Maiden kind of kills anything that he can play as well, right? Alright. We'll just do this and let him recall whatever he wants to recall. If he wants to recall this one, I'm gonna force it. I'm gonna do the Asher. I'm gonna force to do something else like a Twin Discipline. Why does he keep doing it like this? Why does he keep doing the homecomings? So now we kill both units. So now we kill both units. The Mark of the Storm, I guess you can do it on the Bloodletter. It doesn't kill it because he has Tough. We can summon the Ember Maiden next turn. I guess his cannon is about to level up though, right? And we can start putting a lot of pressure with our Overwhelm units now. Yeah, that doesn't kill it. That just makes it stronger. But I guess he can kill it next turn, right? Once he gets another cannon. He also actually leveled up our Vladimir. Ironically enough. And now this is how we win the game. I think Ember Maiden is the way that we win the game.
Run forever.
Yep. Let's do this. If he has a way to kill this, I want to see it. We could also just Ice Shard everything right now, by the way. But I think it's better to save the Ice Shard for when he tries to recall this cannon. If we do this first, because we still have something that we can drag with, yeah, we can still drag with Braum, right? So I'm okay doing this, putting more damage, and again, we have another Ice Shard if we need to. And then we can do this, and that's lethal. He needs to have a way to stun or recall. And there we go. Whew. I think I actually needed to play the Bloodletter last turn, but I think that ended up working out anyway, so there you go. So in this match, we're going to be going up against a Teemo Caitlyn deck. It's a little bit scary because we don't really have a ton of great ways to deal with the Caitlyn, or a lot of great ways to really deal with the Teemo either. If we had to try to see if we can get a Scargrounds, so if we could get a Ice Shard, that would have been the way that we win this, I think. But not getting either is very scary now. Yeah, Trollshen is not enough. I mean, the Three Sisters is really nice against Caitlyn. Like, yeah, the Three Sisters is going to end up being really nice against Caitlyn. I think he has enough. He has stuff that he can kill our units with, so I think we cannot summon them until we have a way to protect them. So I think we're going to go with the Scarground first. And the funny thing is that Caitlyn traps actually end up being worse for him, because every time a Caitlyn trap hits, it's going to be hitting 1 damage to the Disciples, right? So if he wants to open attack with the Caitlyn, I'm okay with that. Ah, okay. Oh, that's a little bit more annoying. That's a little bit more annoying because Teemo is going to start leveling up, right? So we can go ahead and do it like this. Yeah, Teemo leveling up is going to be a big problem. What we can do is just throw the Vladimir down and start trying to level the Vladimir, and maybe start to try to burn him this way. We have the Death Lotus. Especially if he tries to block with like a Caitlyn. He does have 4 mana, so you could have stuff like Mystic Shot, right? So here we can just do the Troll Chant. He's gonna try to level up the Teemo. We can do the Troll Chant, save both units. Which way do we do it? Does it matter? It doesn't matter, right? Doesn't matter which way we did it. Probably actually did matter in this side. Because he could have a Mystic to kill this one. But if he does a Mystic, he actually kills his Shump Womp. And triggers this one more time. So Mystic Shot is not enough. I mean, it is enough. But all he does is that he just... Again, now he actually loses his Shump Womp. So now what he's going to rely on is that he can kill us with Teemo before we can do anything about it. Which is possible. Very possible. We have to save the 3 sisters from when the Caitlyn levels up. Because when the Caitlyn levels up... And there it is. That's what I was saying about the traps actually kind of not being that great for him. Because when the Caitlyn levels up, her ability is going to be very scary, right? 21 puff caps. 9 health. Sure. We can heal here. Oh, wow. So every one of this now is going to be doing a lot of damage. If he actually has the cards that let him draw. Or Caitlyn levels up. It's not enough, right? He just needs to block with everything. Caitlyn being on the field is a big deal. He just needs to block with everything and he wins. If we summon the Brianna, then that means that Caitlyn is able to survive. Or he could do something like... I think I need to open. I'm forcing to react first. Yeah, if he blocks with everything, I think I'm okay with that. Say that, but it is gonna hurt. I want to do one of these. I want to do one of these and start kind of doing a little bit more damage. So, yeah, I was hoping that... The problem is that we need one more, right? Perfect. This is what I was looking for. So we can try to burn him down through... Oh, yeah. This is gonna be tough. This is gonna be very tough. Because if he has... Oh, wow. 49 puff caps. And he draws the freaking Teemo. So we need to go like this. And hope that we draw another Ice Shard. Actually, Ice Shard does it, right? Because Ice Shard deals 1. So Ice Shard ends the game right here. Because Ice Shard deals 1 to the Noxus. He also deals 1 to my Noxus though. And the Disciple triggers. We didn't draw a Shroom. We drew 2 Shrooms. And that should be game, right? The Ice Shard should finish the game there. Here.
I have something very special planned.
Oh, come on. Please tell me you didn't get the Mystic. Did he get the Mystic? Really? I needed to actually summon the sec. Ah! He drew the Mystic! That's so unlucky! Ah! I needed to do it though, right? Because this Karina just is on the stack, so... So in this matchup, we're gonna be going up against an Elise Spider Aggro. I think Ember Maiden is gonna be very useful. Death Lotus is gonna be very useful, right? Because the problem with the Crimson Bloodletter is that it will hurt our Ember Maiden. And I think Ember Maiden is such a good way to clear the rest of his board. Obviously, we have Rabin, we have Troll Chance. Death Lotus is not bad. We get the Bloodletter right back. See what he does first. Okay, I don't mind summoning the Bloodletter and letting it just die, and we do the Death Lotus, right? We do the Death Lotus and let it die. I guess we can also just do the Demolitionist right now, or we can just do the Curator now. So we have a blocker for the Elise. We have Troll Chant to be able to let all these units live. Needs to be like this, just so that we actually get the value from the Curator. Like having the Death Lotus a lot. Oh, that's huge. That's actually huge. That's actually so huge that I think I'd rather just do this and just set it up with the Death Lotus next time. And again, he's gonna have to worry about the Death Lotus on the future turn. Of course, what he could have here is gonna be the Skittler. That's a lot of damage. So if he has the Skittler, I need to be able to, because this is gonna go to 3 because of the Bloodletter hitting 1 to it. So we're not scared of anything here yet, right? I think we can pass. If he has Skittler, we're okay with it. And we can just kill everything else, right? Like, we can just do it like this. I guess it's actually better to... I guess it doesn't matter which one we do it, right? Just in case, we can do this. That clears his whole board and starts giving us value from this guy. And then we can just do the Ember Maiden. Although the risk with the Ember Maiden is that while it clears his board, I don't think we need to anymore. I think now we just need to kind of save our damage, right? I mean, sorry, save our health. So I think the Ember Maiden is actually going to cause us to die if we play her. So I think I'm good doing the Bloodletter and doing the Demolitionist on the Curator.
For the Empire.
Yeah, we can do it like this. Unfortunately for us, the Rabin is not going to be the play. You put a lot of pressure on him, no? I want to be able to do Rabin, but I also want to be able to do a bunch of stuff. I guess Rabin is fine. We can keep enough mana for the Rabin right here. And all of our units will survive the Rabin damage. We're putting a lot of pressure on him by doing this. We also still have Troshan as a backup. He has 3 cards in his hand. Okay, now he has 4 cards in his hand. So he got to see 4 units. So if he gets another Doom Beast, that is a problem. Although, so the problem with Rabin is that, right, he needs to develop something. I don't think he's going to be developing anytime soon here. I mean, if he develops right now, I think that's a little bit trolly by him.
I have my orders.
Okay, if he does it like this, I'm okay with that. I'm going to attack. Pretend I don't have anything else, and then play the Rabin down. So we know he has 2 units in his hand. And then 1 last card, right? And we can do this. This saves us 1 damage. And buffs everything in a spot that I feel really comfortable. And if the Vladimir comes down, I don't think he wins anymore.
Explosives prime.
Vladimir coming down means that in our next attack we can actually regenerate if we need to. Okay, so that's the first Kittler. So we wait. He has another one. Here it is. And then we can just put it on any of these, right? So then we have blockers for the two fearsomes. Plus have blocker for her.
Your path ends here.
That's a pretty thing.
And then next turn we just win. Because we win on the open attack and he has no way to stop this. So there you go. We actually even end up healing with the Vladimir. So yeah. Whew. That was close. That was close. I think that the curator, when he dropped the Elise, ended up being the game difference. And obviously having Scargrounds. And obviously you saw how big the lotus kind of broke the game open. So in this matchup, we're going to be going up against a Swain Teemo. So this is very bad for us because they do run Scorched Earth, which means that when our Scarground comes down in the field, it is very likely they can just Scorched Earth the Scarground away. But we end up with triple Scarground. Look at that. I guess we can deal with 1 or 2 or 3 Scorched Earths, huh? Wow. Wow. What a hand. What a hand. I don't know what I'm supposed to do against with this hand. Wow. Okay. You know what? Let's do the best that we can, right? Let's hope that he opens. He opens, perfect. So we can play the first card round. If he gets the Scorched Earth, he could also get Scorched Earth from the Conchologist, by the way. So he has 2 cards created from the Conchologist. So not only does he have main deck of the Scorched Earth, but he could also just have his own that he just got from the Conchologist. Braum is a good one because Braum can regenerate. So he needs to commit like 2 cards to be able to actually kill the Braum. So like even when we do this, Braum is gonna be at 4 health, right? So he's gonna have to commit something like 2 flocks to be able to kill the Braum, and we still get the blocker from the Mighty Poro. Oh, just guillotine, okay. Alright, he can just commit 1 card, that's okay too. We still get a blocker, I think, right? And I think that's actually more important than anything else. He can play the Tarkas, which is going to start putting a lot of pressure on him. He can stun the Tarkas in the open next turn. I like the idea of the second Braum. I like the idea of the Ember Maiden with the second Scarground more than I like the other Braum. Yeah, I like the idea of doing this. Open attack before he does the Arachnoid Sentry to stun our Tarkas, and I start getting the value from both these units having tough on them. So obviously he could have like a flock to kill this later on, and if he spends those resources to kill that, then that means the Scarground. He could also just do Scorched Earth from the Scarground right now. That's why I was considering if it was better to do the Scarground first. If he does Scorched Earth on it, okay, it's just the Purple Berry Shake. So that's one of the cards created by the Conchologist out of the way. Okay. Okay. I'll allow it. I like the second Scarground. Just for fun. And I guess, like I said, we'll do the Ember Maiden. Let's force him to have to do the Death Hand on this. So he could have Death Hand for the Ember Maiden. We should be the play, right? Because if it's not the Death Hand, then, you know, this is gonna kill your Telescope. So it kills one of your blockers. Oh, it's just gonna be the flock. So it's gonna be Arachnoid Sentry, which is huge. Taking that Arachnoid Sentry out like that is huge, I think. So that's the flock. So we know he still has one created card from Concologist, and now he also has one created card from the Telescope. And we have another fearsome blocker in case that he stuns our Tarkas.
I found my family, my blood.
He wants to just stun our stuff, right? Or kill our stuff somehow. I like the Braum and I like the Vladimir on the open for next turn. So that even if he has the big boy, the Leviathan. So we never open because opening just means that he can just play the Leviathan with no problem, right? So I like the idea of the Vladimir, which puts a lot of pressure on him. He can't just like do nothing about it. I guess the problem is that we're still gonna be very close to like dying, right? And again, we know he has two cards, one from Telescope, one from Concologist. So it's possible that it's a Crescent, a Crescent Strike. What if it's just the Rabin? What if it's the Rabin instead and we level up the Vladimir? Or what if we just pass? Pass doesn't sound terrible. I like the Braum, and then we can also do the Rabin if we need to. Our problem with the pass is that he's like Leviathan can come down like down here, right here, I mean. And that would be like a really big problem for us, right? So we can grab this like this, at least kill the sentry, I guess. If he does this, then he's actually gonna lose his Swain. I hate Looping's Telescope. That's actually freaking crazy. So the Looping Telescope gave him the Unyielding Spirit, and we don't have our... If we had 3 sisters, that would be such a punish for him. If we had 3 sisters, that would be such a punish. Yeah, let's just get as much buff as possible, I guess. Because we have enough. I think we have enough of the. Oh man, Looping Telescope into Unyielding Spirit. We run triple 3 sisters though, right? So there's a good chance that we're able to finish to like deal with that Swain. But him not able to take damage is a really bit annoying. Oh, unfortunately, we do have the Braum to kind of pull it every time. If he does the Leviathan right here, we can just summon the Vladimir. So I want him to do that. I want him to tap out and do something like Levy to allow us to summon the Vlad. If he does it like this, I think I'm still blocking with Braum. Like, I don't think I'm ever not blocking with Braum. Now this is 8 damage Braum, by the way. Sharpen Resolve. Okay. I still like the idea of... So that was the second spell that he got from Concologist. So now our Braum can die to... And I'm gonna pass. I'm gonna have him do what he needs to do. Because if he doesn't do anything, then this just regenerates. There's the Death Hand. So... we can just play Vlad. So I think the problem that he's gonna have right here is that our cards are gonna be doing a lot of damage, right? Okay, and he's okay, I think that's even better for us. Because I think we can do this now and do the Ice Shard. Maybe we should have done the Ice Shard first while we had the second one there. That gets rid of 1 blocker. And then we tap with everything else, right? And we get a second Ice Shard. That's actually huge. So now everything still gets buffed again. We're dealing 5. Oh, sorry, we're dealing 4 right away. So that's 13, and that's gonna be lethal. Woo! We also have the Trojan to deal with like a flock if he had it. But there we go. Crazy game, crazy game. Hey, welcome back everybody. Hope you all enjoyed those games. As you can tell, you know, we're relying, like I said, a lot in the Scargrounds. So that's kind of how this deck goes, unfortunately. So you kind of have to see, kind of have to feel how you like it, right? I think it does decent in the meta. I think it does really well versus obviously scouts because this blocks the misfortune skill, and I think it does very well versus Ahri Kennen because we're running so many AoE cards that can remove their 1 health units. The problem that this deck has is that it might not be able to finish fast enough because really your only overwhelming units are going to be Brina and also the Poro from the Braum. So those are kind of some of the struggles that you have there. And it can be easily stopped. It doesn't really have a lot of ways to react to the to kind of react to the opponent's cards either, aside from Three Sisters. So as you saw in some of the games, you know, we have a hard time dealing with some potential units like Teemo that can just get through our units because of the elusive. So, you know, just be careful with that. But yeah, really fun deck. I think it's actually not that bad in the current meta. So if you want to try this out, go give it a shot. So yeah, if you guys like what you see, remember to subscribe to YouTube, and you can also follow me on Twitch where I stream 4 times a week. So thank you so much everybody, and have a good one.